Okay, so I'm here in Magaluf. This is a stripped down version of a TNPS Plus. Thanks for joining me. I just got here a couple of hours ago. I'm here to shoot as many clubs as I can in a short amount of time. I already have one lined up for tonight, so here's Friday night, so it should be a big night. Slightly intimidated by this place, to be honest, but I know the island quite well, but having been there before, but I've never actually stayed in Magaluf, as it were, and it's not yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it is tomorrow. But I kind of feel like I needed to push myself and do something a little bit scary for a change, rather than get stuck in the same old all the time. So that's why I did that. If you want to skip forward and see some of the real Magaluf action, feel free to click right here. That's where the interesting stuff is happening. Here we're just going to talk about equipment and all kinds of boring stuff like that. So you might as well click here if that's what you want to see. I'll wait here, and okay, great. Now I've got rid of the fair weather lot. I want to talk a little bit about the kit I'm taking with me this year. I'm taking actually less equipment than I took with me last summer when I was out shooting. Last time I took a drone. I took 3 proper cameras, and yeah, a whole lot of stuff. I decided to strip it down this time, so I'm going to show you what I did. So I've got 2 DSLR bodies. One of them is filming me now. I even managed to get to rustle in a little tripod, which I'm very pleased with. I'll probably choose it for this filming. But yeah, so here, actually let me just change this camera angle for a second. Okay, so this is the bag I'm taking with me. So I've got a couple of bodies, that one and that one. This one is actually equipped with a GoPro mount there. It's in focus now, GoPro mount. What I'm going to do is attach this GoPro mount with the new light which came yesterday. Yeah, that light's going to be on one of my on that camera, just to get you guys in and show you exactly what it's like in the places I'm doing. I'm all by myself, obviously, so I don't have any assistants to film me. None of my camera crew could make it out here this year, so I'm going to have to try and do a little bit guerrilla style. So yeah, sorry about that in advance. Okay, what else have I bringing? Oh, a couple of important things I want to mention, because we're shooting in the sun, hopefully, is I'm taking a polarizer lens. A polarizer lens just takes down some of the highlights that you get from the sun, and now allows us to get more detail into the shots. Just to show you there. Okay. This particular polarizer is it's a circular polarizer, and as you twist it, it gets more and more intense. So you can just dial it in to the amount of effect you want the polarizer to have on your shots. So that's kind of cool. The other thing as well, which I don't normally use in a club back home, would be an ND filter. So this ND filter, similarly to the polarizer, this allows me to take down a couple of levels of exposure, which allows me to open up the aperture to the kind of the way it would be open in a normal situation, which makes for a nicer shot normally most of the time. So yeah, when I'm out in the sun shooting, I'm going to be using that a lot of the time. I did have an ND filter set for my 50mm lens, so I didn't really intend on taking a 50mm lens, but I kind of have a rule of bringing it everywhere with me. So I've got another set of NDs here, and that is the right size for my 50mm lens. Sorry. That is the right size for this 50mm lens here, which I never leave home without, even though it's not really the kind of photography we're going to be doing this week. Okay, I'm taking a couple of flashes. You see one there and one there in that bag for sure. Always good to have a backup if you can. A couple of wide angle lenses as well. So there's one that's filming me there, which is the one I use most of the time, and also this 17 to 40, come on focus, 17 to 40 that you see here. It's a nice wide angle. I'm taking another wide angle, which is my 15mm fisheye lens. I'll probably use that because we're doing it in the kind of clubs that are going to be hopefully rammed full of people, so I think I'll definitely use my fisheye where possible. In terms of filming for this show, I've got a couple of fun bits of kit as well. If you've seen the last TNPS version, you would have noticed that I take shots with the GoPro strapped to my back, so it's a back-mounted GoPro. I don't know if it's going to be too busy for me to use it this week, but if it is, then many thanks to Twitch It Up TV for letting me borrow his back mount again. One little tip I always take an extension lead with me. It just allows me to plug in multiple things. When I'm abroad, I need one adapter that way, and that means I can plug my laptop for editing and then charge my batteries for the various devices that I have all in one go. So that's a nice little tip I picked up. I think it was earlier than last year, but whatever. And the other thing I've got for filming for TNPS Plus is this GoPro chest mount. This is actually more likely to make an appearance this week. I like using it. I'm kind of used to using it now. I'm less embarrassed by using it these days. So yeah, I'm probably definitely going to use that at some point this week to get you guys into the action. Oh, I've just noticed these. The clubs out here, can be very loud, so I'm bringing some earplugs with me. It's good to have earplugs in the bag all the time. Doesn't mean you're going to use them all the time, but if they're there, I'll take them with me, and if it's going to start doing stupidly loud, then I'll stick them in. Memory cards here, SD cards are in there. I've got the small ones for the GoPros, and then the rest for this camera that is filming this particular shot. I don't think I need it from anything else. And then I also have my CF cards are somewhere inside. Sure. That's pretty much all the interesting gear that I'm taking with me. So yeah, it is pretty stripped down from last time. I did bring a lot of stuff last time, so hopefully this will do me fine, and I won't need any equipment that I don't have here. So yeah, that's all I want to touch upon now. I think my hotel is fairly close to the first venue that I'm going to now, maybe a 10-minute walk. So I'm not going to take a bag. I don't know the venue that well, so I'm not going to take a bag to leave behind the DJ booth. I'm just going to go with one basic camera, one basic flash, maybe a couple of batteries, maybe one extra battery in my pocket, and a load of tag cards to do my job. I'm going to bring this device in with me, so I'll have the GoPro in with me to film, but it will just be first-person stuff, and if I've got time, maybe I'll do a little debrief here on the balcony later. But yeah, see you soon. Okay, so I'll take this time to do a quick debrief. It was pretty epic tonight. All the hotels are uphill, so I have to walk uphill. It's 4 in the morning now, so I thought I'd go home and get some photos edited. It was very different to the kind of work I do back in England, so it was a good experience. And yeah, I'm sure I look pretty rough now. So yeah, that's the end of day one now. Pretty knackered, looking forward to getting these photos sorted and on to the next one. Yeah, what I omitted from the first part of this was that I bought my remote triggers as well, which is one of the things that I was toing and froing as to whether I should bring them or not. But I bought them. I nearly didn't, but I did, and I'm glad I did, because the DJ booths here are massive, and the club that we were at, Bananas Disco, was a big major club here. So I'm glad that we got in. Big thanks to DSS Nights, who are one of my contacts back in England. Darren Manning particularly is someone that knows what I can do. So yeah, they made that possible to allow me to gain access to one of the top nights here. And yes, it was good fun. The crowd were good, actually, much better than what I experienced on an average night in England. So yeah, it was quite a tricky club, lots of smoke to deal with. The strobes were a bit intense as well. But yeah, I was really trying to pull out all the stops, obviously, because of this project that we're on today, or this week, is all about doing as many jobs as we possibly can in 7 days. So yeah, day one, my objective has been sorted. So now let's go and see what kind of footage there is. Also, I'm using the stabilizer for the first time, so hopefully this footage is nice and stable, even if I am a little bit dark. If I get brave enough, I will use this setup out closer to the strip, but now, as you can see, I'm in amongst the hotels. It's a bit quieter, but yeah, we'll see if I'm brave enough tomorrow. Day 2, and I've managed to secure myself another job for this evening. Just walking there now. It's a fairly early start this time, so I don't know what it's going to be like. But yeah, it looks like this is another big venue as well, so Today I bought my whole kit again, as you can see, so I'm a bit more confident now about leaving my stuff around. But yeah, the internet's a big problem here, so finding good connections is really difficult. Hopefully, it'll be okay. Yeah, internet connection's really bad here. I've got one in the hotel now, but yeah, the islands are just not the same as what I get back home, which means I'm constantly struggling to get the pictures uploaded quickly. And when you say that you're going to deliver something quickly the next day, it makes you look bad if you can't do that. So it's a bit frustrating, but we press on. And yeah, day 2, I'll report back in a bit. I knew this would happen, but it's happening now, so I might as well tell you guys. So day 1 went well, and day 1 quickly led into jobs for day 2. And yeah, it's becoming more complicated as the day goes on, because I'm getting the work quite easily, and I've got a decision to make because what do? I don't have a return flight. I've got stuff to do. I've got projects outstanding, and the more I do here, the more entrenched I am, and yeah, it's going to be harder to eventually decide to do something else. So yeah, I mean, I found a nice place to do these little numbers though, so that's nice. Yeah, it's a nice beach. This tonight, it looks like there is a pre-party event I'm going to do in the remaining sunlight, and then I'll be going to one of the bigger clubs called Empire. So from what I hear, they've pulled out all the stops, and they're going to make a big event out of it. Obviously it's Saturday, so you would expect it to be quite spectacular, but yeah, we'll see what we see. I expect it would be a big dark room, so what I'm going to do is no bounce flash and just use my diffuser. But again, as I saw in my previous little clip, I've taken all the equipment with me, so I've kind of, there's more familiar faces now. I think I feel a bit more confident than I was yesterday about leaving my stuff in DJ booth. And yeah, we'll see what becomes of it. So I'm just chilling now before people start to arrive. I'm going to leave at about 10 p.m. So it's quite an early start, and it's going to be a fairly long night, longer than most of the nights I do back home. And yeah, lots of editing to do tomorrow. One of the things I omitted to mention, which I'm doing this again, is that straight away when the discussion happened of me essentially being here for a short, sharp shock and getting all the work I can, but really recruiting for other photographers, it kind of didn't go down too well, and people are wanting me to do it, and it's very much some of the networking I tried to do back in England wasn't as effective as actually seeing them here and being in front of their face and saying, hey look, this is me, I have a camera, I can do this. I think people have more faith, more confidence in that, and they're happy to give you more work that way. And for me to get work for others, it's proving a little bit more challenging, but I'm sure we'll get there, and I'm sure that once they see what I can do, and as long as I can show them that it's just a process, then hopefully they will be okay. Not be so concerned about hiring other photographers who I will be sending in my stead. So this is a little spinny shot. Hopefully you're not too dizzy by this, and the sound is decent. I'm going to try and use this stabilizer actually tonight to do a video for others. So to do that, I don't know what I'll do about a light. It'll be dark, so maybe I'll do it just at the beginning part where it's nice and bright. But we'll see. Over. Just finished the end of day 2. It's a good day, I suppose. Started shooting at a pre-club around about 8 o'clock this evening, so it was full daylight, lots of sun everywhere. I didn't take too many shots that time because people were just milling around paying for their tickets. and not really in the atmosphere too much. It also got very busy. There was a couple of sort of dancing girls on podiums with lights behind them. That was quite fun to shoot, and they also had lights in the foreground on the steps. So I shot that, and that was cool. I shot that with a 50mm prime, which is the lens I'm using to film this shot here. And the thing that I kind of suspected anyway is that people really are obsessed with video, and video really is king. And I think that as photographers, we have to be, have to know the situation with that, and we can't just offer photos all the time. And I think photos might be the way in, but really people out here certainly are more keen to be involved with video. So there is that to consider. When we got to the club was, what was it called? It was called Empire. So Empire was a very dark club, lots of UV paint everywhere. That was the whole idea. Low ceilings, lots of smoke when I first arrived. Strobes wasn't such a big issue this time, but smoke everywhere. The DJs were happy to turn off smoke machines when I asked for it, but it ended up still being very foggy, so I had to be a little bit creative with that. So what solution I came up with was to take the flash off of the camera and shoot remotely, and just get the light nice and close to the subject while I'm shooting through a little bit of smoke, and that seemed to help quite a lot. I haven't taken as many photos tonight as I did on day one, just because I was videoing as well as photographing, so I've got three things in my head every time I'm shooting. So I am taking photos, which is the reason I'm here. I'm taking videos, which is the reason the client wants me, and I'm also trying to, get some footage for you guys as well. So hopefully I've got all those three things tick boxes. I don't know. I'm going to edit some of this. I don't know when, but hopefully this will come out to you soon. Tomorrow, I've got myself onto a staff meeting, believe it or not. So I'm going to be going there at 11 a.m. Because of the internet being so slow out here, I kind of think that maybe I should edit all the photos from tonight as I go into the apartment. That way I've got some photos to show them in the morning meeting. It's going to be a bit of a pain to do them now, to be honest, but hey ho. I think that's all I want to say now. I can't remember if there's anything else I want to touch on. Oh yeah, I mean, as obsessed as I was, as happy as I was about packing light, which I mentioned in the first video, I'm finding that every time I'm going out, there's always that little thing in the bag that isn't there, and every time I want to leave some of the stuff at the here in the apartment, things like polarizer lenses and ND filters. It's the kind of things that should always be in there, but every time I am trying to lighten the load, and I do tend to lighten it a little too much. So unfortunately, this bag has come out with me 2 nights in a row now, and it's never a bag I would ever take out in an English club, or in an English club that I knew what the circumstances were going to be. But here, because of TNPS Plus, and obviously because of the filming issue, I'm taking the 2 cameras. I'm using 3 lenses in the night, and it is a little bit much. Because of the video, I don't have all my video equipment as well, so I'm having to improvise. The only light I've got is this little light that's on the GoPro, so it's certainly not designed to light me correctly now, and it's not really designed for the way I'm using it. So hopefully you can see me okay, and hopefully it's not too contrasty. Okay, but as I say, I don't have any other gigs for 100. Oh, well, I don't have any 100. I don't have any gigs that are lined up yet as of now, but I'm sure something will happen quite quickly. One incident I do want to talk about quickly while I've got you here is at the end of the night I was going out wondering if I should do the club that the group I was photographing were moving on to. So it's a fairly big night, and the reason I didn't actually follow them in was because it was from a club that I'd already did in day 1, so I didn't think I should stay out all night photographing those people having already hit that club in day 1. Anyway, while I was sort of walking around the strip, you get pulled over. Not pulled over, but you get spoken to by all kinds of promoters on the doors of each club, and one of them obviously saw the camera and asked me what I was here to do, and so I explained. And then when I after that conversation, I was introduced to the boss of that club, and potentially there could have been an opportunity to go and shoot that other club. But very quickly I was rebuffed without too much of a conversation, saying, "Oh, I have a couple of photographers that we already use, and we're good, but you know, we don't need you." And the one reservation was, having seen me walk into another club, they didn't want to use me for this particular club. Now, in the back of my mind, you know, I've only been here 2 days. I have no affiliation to any club whatsoever, and clearly I can do the job better than any photographer that they've employed out here. That said, I was calm about it. I didn't say anything. I smiled and just, I'm not here to be super aggressive and steal other people's jobs. That's definitely not what I'm here to do. What I'm not here to do. That was Freudian. No, I'm not here to do that. Of course not. I'm here. What I've noticed is there is a significant lack of photography out here. And the opportunity is great because everyone's here to have a good time and report back home, and everyone's taking selfies, and it's a very good opportunity to take photos. Plus the clubs are spectacular on the main. Lots of fire acts and sparklers and funky lights and smoke machines and you name it, it's all here. So from that point of view, it's well worth me being out here. But certainly I am surprised at the dearth of photography that is out here every time I come to such a location. So yeah, perhaps it's an opportunity for other photographers to do the same and get out here. Anyway, day 3 is nearly upon us. I'm going to go and do some more editing of these photos, and yeah, I will report back tomorrow. It's about 3 AM now, and I am going to do this quick debrief as fast as I can. Keep trying to do this debrief over and over again, and something always seems to go wrong, so hopefully this one works out fine. Yeah, so as you've seen from the photos of the boat party, that's what I was doing today. When I was photographing a boat, the exposure was obviously an issue because the sun is so bright, so I could either make a toss-up between exposing correctly for the subject and or exposing correctly for the sea behind them. My conclusion was to underexpose slightly my subjects, the people I was photographing. That way I kept some of the detail in the sea. Let me go back a bit and talk about my day. Basically, today I had the staff meeting, as I mentioned yesterday, so that went well. I presented my photos on the laptop with them, so we walked, looked through them, and they were happy. The buzzword out here, and the buzzword with this client is all video, so they wanted to know the progress on the video that I filmed on day 2. And yes, I said it would take time and what have you, and the priority was to get that done. So basically the long and short of it is I was all set. I hope you can't hear that taxi too badly, but so apologies for that. The conclusion was that I needed to come back here to the room and do the editing for the rest of the day. So I was like, fine, we'll do that, whatever. I was all set to pick up the music track from the DJ that I knew there. When I do promo videos, it's easier for me to have the track in place, and I can work out what the edit should be and where everything needs to sit nicely in the timeline. So I went to go pick up that thing from the DJ. I was actually meeting him at a pool party. So because it was at a pool party, I thought, hey, why don't I take the opportunity to shoot a pool party, because it's the first time I would have done that this trip. So I grabbed the first camera that came to me. Well, that's not true. I grabbed this camera because it's got the GoPro mount on it, so it's the old 7D. I didn't check it for anything. I shoved a polarizer on it. I don't know why my instincts were to shove a polarizer on it, but you know, that would have been a cool thing to have. Well, that was a cool thing to have. And then just grabbed that and the GoPro, no other proper equipment, thinking I was only going to shoot for an hour maximum, and just create some decent content for you guys. Anyway, I get there and they're like, okay, we want you to come and shoot the boat party now. I'm like, that wasn't what we discussed. I'm not really set up for it. Making a quick decision, decided, okay, solid, let's go for it. There are advantages to taking less stuff because then your choices are easier, but I certainly wasn't prepared. I checked the battery, and the battery wasn't fully charged in the camera. The GoPro was still yesterday's battery in the GoPro. I think the card was empty, so that was good. But no, I certainly was not prepared to do a boat party. I would liked to have taken the GoPro stabilizer. I could have run around with a stabilizer. That would have been fun. Maybe some kit to put on the chest mount or whatever, and then obviously my proper camera, the camera which is filming me now. It just would have been much better to have been a bit more organised. Anyway, it would have been a 45-minute round trip to come back here and get back to that hotel. So I decided, no, let's go for it. I'll do it with the equipment I have. And yeah, boat parties are special because there's no escape. Once you're on, you're not going to get off unless you can swim. Well, you can't swim unless you can swim for an hour to get back to the coast, and then end up in a part of the island that you don't recognise. Oh look, there's a cat. I'm not going to show you that, but there's a cat over there. What am I saying? Yeah, you can't stay off them, so you have to manage your time correctly, and obviously I had to manage my battery power correctly as well. So it was all about waiting for the right track to come on, or the MC to do some sort of game, or we shout out in a certain way to get the atmosphere pumping, and that's when I was doing my work and working in short, sharp bursts. Also means you're not disturbing the people over and over again. So not so much at the beginning. For the first 40 minutes people were a little bit apprehensive, and I wasn't taking very good shots. So when I was approaching people, just lay back a bit and then attack it, go for it, and then shoot quickly and shoot a lot, and get the job done. Did I talk about the exposure? I'm not sure in this take. Yes, I did talk about the exposure. I'm getting confused with previous takes. Obviously I've been doing this for a long time now, just trying to get this thing sorted, so I think we've covered everything. But yeah, I love this camera. It had sangria on it, champagne over it, seawater all over it. It just kept delivering. And there's a little switch, a little dial to switch it from video mode to stills mode, and that's completely jammed. But it just once I got it in the right mode, it just kept working. So well done, buddy. That's it. I think I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to touch upon. I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow. Probably editing some more. Ciao. Okay, today I'm on a mission. One of the reasons I agreed to come here was to photograph this one nightclub called BCM. Now, I remember where to go. Now, if I can get this one, it would make the trip really worthwhile. I've already tried messaging him when I was back home in England, and I tried messaging him when I'm back here. More messages yesterday. I think I sent the message this morning through various means, and I haven't been able to get through to anyone important. I've got no contacts whatsoever for this one. So this is a really long shot to end all long shots. So I'm going into town now to see what can be done. I reckon my chances are maybe 10%, 15 maybe, but we'll see. Okay, so behind me and to the side of me is BCM Nightclub. It's more reminiscent of a football stadium than a club. It's absolutely immense. It's completely dead around the back here at the moment. It's mid-afternoon, so I kind of expected that. It would be nice to see some sort of activity around the front. I could have spoken to someone senior rather than just ticket sellers. But yeah, at the moment my prospects are looking pretty bleak indeed. That might be the only view you get for this show. Yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty sure that it's not going to happen, unfortunately, which is a shame. But yeah, never mind. I think if I'd have been able to get in there and get that as a client, that would have been worth the trip by itself. So never mind. Okay, so it turns out there might be a small chance. I'm waiting outside for a manager, Cisco, and when he comes out, I'll get a chance to speak to him. So yeah, we'll see. Okay. there's a chance I may be let in. Just had a meeting and it could happen. Oh, that was some serious sunglasses voltage. I'll talk to you in a second. Yep, I managed to speak to the manager. Sorry about that, my sunglasses are on now. And yeah, there's a chance I have to turn up here at 12:30, ask for the right manager. I told him what I'm here to do, given him a card. So yes, my 10-15% chance of happening has now gone up to maybe 40%, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, it's exciting. As I said, this will make the trip worthwhile if I can get in here. It's Duke Dumont as well, who I photographed once before at a music festival in England. So yes, if I can do that, and it sounds like it's a very, very busy night. They have over 3,000 people are going to be there. And yes, I have to be there because that's where I need to be. Okay, so yes, next time you see me, I'll probably be waiting outside. Okay, I'm back here. Sorry about the shakiness of this camera. I haven't got the stabilizer on today. I'm just back outside on time. Hopefully I can get through and see the guy that I spoke to last time. Oh sugar. So that entrance is locked. I'm going to take the long way round. Never mind. Okay, so I am on the beach doing this little debrief. I might do a proper debrief for about the whole day today, because it's been quite interesting. It depends how good the sound quality is on this. Obviously I'm not wearing a lav mic, so I hope it might not be very good sound, so apologies for that. If it's bad sound, you won't even see this, so I don't know who I'm apologising to. You can probably tell from my mood perhaps that we didn't get in today, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be able to show you any footage from BCM today. The manager did go into bat for me, but was quickly rebuffed, or I don't know how much effort he put into it. You know, basically there's already photographers there doing their job. It's a blow for me because obviously that would have been worth the trip in itself had we got that gig, and it would have been biggest indoor venue I've ever done, I'm sure, by some distance, I guess. But no, I didn't want to do any filming while I was there. While I was there just on the outskirts, but now I've just come to a bit quieter things. It's happened about 10 minutes ago now. It's disappointing. You know, I saw one of the photographers, in inverted commas, you know, they had one of those big Polaroid cameras that you see to sell photos essentially. It's disappointing because it has absolutely no relation to the kind of photos I take, and you know, I've seen some of the photos that are on the site, and it's nothing special. So it's a shame. I could have, you know, it would have been cool to get in there, and I kind of feel like this little adventure we've had today trying to get that gig. When I look back on the footage, you know, this morning I was thinking, 5-10% chance of getting in, and then we had some good news, and it looked like it could have happened at one stage. But you know, I think tomorrow I'll feel better about it. But yeah, tonight means we're not shooting tonight, and I've got plenty of video editing to get on with when I'm home. So I've got the boat party video that I have to edit, and yeah, just a quick explanation of what happened today. In terms of equipment, I decided not to bring my bag. I think one of the things I'm really lacking is a small bag that I can take in me that can carry a couple of lenses or two and different equipment. So today, you know, I've got the GoPro chest mount, so that would have been fun to use. I've got my cargo shorts on, so I managed to sneak in an extra lens, and obviously this GoPro equipment. That's pretty much it. Oh, and the stabilizer, obviously. So I was carrying quite a little bit of equipment. Still not perfect for shooting a kind of massive venue like that. I would have liked to have had a longer lens. I would have liked to have had different things, but it's all water under the bridge now because we're not getting in anyway. So I don't know why I'm worried about it. I don't like taking. I've said this before, but I don't really like taking my big bag in with me to new venues, especially if I'm running around like I do. If I'm running around like I do, it's better if I can just have a small bag. I can't run around with my big bulky bag the way it is. It's too big, and it just wouldn't work at all. So yes, I think that's probably something I need to invest in at some stage soon. Anyway, it's a lovely evening. It's just no wind whatsoever, so hopefully the sound is okay in this recording and I can use it. But yeah, tomorrow hopefully I'll be a little bit less disappointed.